Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Big waves to you. Andrea, did you think you was in trouble? No, not at all. Not at all. All right. So, how many of you have said to yourself, my patience is legendary? Meaning, I'm an impatient human. How many of you feel like you're impatient, having or showing a tendency to be quickly irritated or provoked? Now, here's what I like better. This is a beautiful definition of impatient, which was brought to us by Miss Arlene Hutchinson. So here was the best: restlessly eager. Now, that's the way I like to see myself. Because I say a lot, boy, my patience is legendary. Meaning, I stay at a very restlessly eager state. Can any of you relate to that? Sherry? Are you ever impatient? So all I could think about is this like cartoon character that is this in this go mode, right? Run, do, like get after it. Because they're so restlessly eager, impatient. And I was actually listening to The Power of Positive Thinking this morning at the gym. And it was talking about sometimes impatience can make us a very unhappy human. And so I got thinking about it and I thought, how do you describe impatience? Uneasy. Maybe this is you right now. Okay, I can relate to it. Uneasy. Irritable, testy, abrupt, hasty, sudden. Like I've talked to you before, I invest in real estate. I have been so impatient before investing in real estate. Like I sight unseen, not I haven't been to the place and make an offer. And it's like, calm down, little fella. Take your time before you get yourself into a bad situation. But I'm so restlessly eager to do something that I don't even have time to think it through. Okay? You ever found yourself there? Yeah. If we stay there, I think we'll find ourselves in an uneasy, irritable, testy, abrupt, hasty, or even sudden place in our life. I came across this. A German philosopher, George W. Hegel, said this. And here's what he said. Listen close to this. This was a big one for me today on the word impatient. Impatience asks for the impossible, wants to reach the goal without the means of getting there. Think about that. Impatience asks for the impossible. I want to lose 35 pounds. I want to reach for that goal. I don't have time to figure out the how. And so 6 months down the road, now I need to lose 45 pounds. You get my point? If you listened in close, you would get my point. Like, if we don't have the roadmap, then we might be getting further and further away from the destination and not even realize it. So what George said was, and this is how impatience leads to frustration or anger from being unable to do something you want to do. And I immediately went to weight. I want to lose 35 pounds. Don't know how in the world I'm going to do it. Don't have time to think about it. And in 6 months, instead of 35 pounds that I need to lose, I've gained 10 more pounds. I'm at 45. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. all because I'm too impatient to patiently come up with the roadmap. So self-awareness is the key. Self-awareness is the key to understand I'm in an impatient place in my life and I need to patiently come up with the roadmap where I can go after the goals and the dreams and the destination that I want, whether it's my profession, whether it's my health journeys, whether it's relationships. And so this year, my word for the year was patient. Not because I want to sit around on the couch and wait on something to appear to me. It's because there's things that has went on or gone on or is happening right now that I want the patience to figure and cultivate the roadmap to get me to where I ultimately want to go. And I'm very good at being impatient. What I'm not real good at is being patiently cultivating that roadmap that will get me there faster than impatience will. So, Andrea, I hope that even made sense. It made sense to me. Sometimes that doesn't mean it makes sense to you. So I'll turn it to you.
That made beautiful sense to me. And you know what you made me think of? Oh my goodness. Anybody else do this? You're getting the car, like you're in a hurry or you're late and you jump in the car, but you don't exactly know where you're going, but you're in a hurry. So you get in and you throw your seatbelt on and you back out of the garage and you tear out, and then you put it in your GPS and you realize I went the wrong way because you weren't patient enough to put it in your GPS before you pulled out of the neighborhood. And I thought, oh my goodness. So coach, my toes hurt. But that was a great lesson. So thank you for that. So, we all hear every day, we all hear that patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. But have you ever considered the gift that is impatience? Like impatience actually is a gift for us. And there's 3 valuable lessons that I saw that we can take away from those impatient moments in our life. So first of all, impatience teaches us patience. It's so easy to be patient when everything's easy, when our kids are listening, when, we're right on time, when there's no traffic on the freeway, like we can be patient, no problem. Where it's hard to be patient is when we're in those seasons where things are a little bit harder. We're potty training, or we are, behind at work, or we're sitting in traffic, or we're in that line that lasts forever. So that real test is when we feel that impatience rising up, and everybody, that feeling where you're like, oh my goodness, right? When we feel that rising up and enveloping us, in those moments, whatever's going on is our teacher. It's teaching us how to be more patient. So in those moments, we're getting the opportunity to build the habit of patience. And, if we are feeling impatient, well, it's because we haven't mastered patience yet. So that is a gift. It is a teacher. It's teaching us about patience. And when we recognize that impatience going through us, it brings us back to what Coach said, with that self-awareness of figuring out what is truly triggering us in that moment and how we can settle back into patience, either through gratitude or taking a deep breath or using those small moments in another way to allow us to get through and get back to patience. Impatience is a great motivator. So impatience and inspiration are like 2 sides of the same coin. Without a little impatience, we're never going to get started. If we don't want a little bit more, if we don't feel a little friction, we're not going to do something to ease it. So inspiration spawns the desire, and the impatience is what gets you into action to go make that desire a reality. And then lastly, impatience is a teacher. So it's trying to tell you something. When I feel impatient, like let's say that I have a day of Zooms And then I have a day of my to-do list, right? But I scheduled that one more Zoom. Right? Have you ever had that day where you scheduled one more meeting or one more promise to the kids that you know you've got to keep, or one more thing, right? So then you get really impatient during whatever that thing is. Well, what that taught you, what the lesson is there, is that I'm jumping out of my skin right now because I didn't use my time wisely. I didn't say the best yes, which is no, to something that I should have. I didn't prioritize appropriately, because if I did, I wouldn't be doing something that I was wiggling through because I'm like bouncing out of my skin. So if we examine why certain situations make us feel impatient, we can come back to, okay, how is this not aligning with my values? Because if it did, and if it was important to me, I would sit there calm as can be, because I would see a value in that. So there's always some insight to extract from those moments of impatience. So I'm a little impatient right now, though, Coach. And I'm sure everybody else is too, because we have a song. Mike, literally, what I love about this, Melinda, I want you to know that a couple of people got on here a little bit late, and they're like, don't forget. Like, I literally got birthday reminders. I'm like, we know, you just didn't hear us. So I'm impatient for our song today, Coach.
Absolutely. Melinda is on here every day out of Oregon, and she's just devoted to the Coach's Corner. So Melinda, we love you so much. We hope you have the most amazing day ever. And we love your spirit. She's always in the kitchen. I try to get her to cook me some grits with butter and sugar, Arlene. And so she is just a warm, amazing human. So Melinda, this is for you. We're going to unmute the lines, and here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Belinda. Happy birthday
birthday to
to you.
many
Bless you.
more.
Linda.
Happy birthday, Melinda.
Great day.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Melinda.
you. Happy birthday.